Everyone, welcome to episode 6 of the After Zero podcast. We got our normal roster up here today. My name's Kalzu. We got Brandon or Drunken Korean here.
Yes,
We
sir.
got Chris / Mixed Beast. And this week, I actually wanted to bring up something we talked about a little bit last week. So last week we talked about Overwatch and its monetization and kind of how the monetization side of getting characters and all that, as well as the new system where they don't do crates. But someone on Twitter did a little math breakdown, and it basically would take you 8 months for you to get a skin. It would take
that's going off the weekly,
what?
yeah. So
rewards right now, right?
Yeah, with the rewards that they give you every week, it would basically take you 8 months. And the challenges are kind of annoying too. They're not fun. It'll be annoying challenges. It'll be oh, survive this for 2 minutes or stand on the cart for this long. They're kind of silly challenges. But yeah, someone did the math and it would be 8 months just to get a skin. So I gave Valorant a lot of shit last week for their $70 skins, but I'm like, fuck, bro, if you can't make $70 in 8 months,
actually, I think.
God damn, 7 months so long.
Because even this week, I just looked. It's 30, 20, 10 for the coins. So you get 60 coins a week.
Yeah.
Oh, that is horrible. This is so. I mean, I know you guys didn't play, but this is reminiscent of For Honor and Street Fighter 5. So when those games came out, they had they were the free to play. Actually, For Honor wasn't, but you could get the in-game currency and use those to buy cosmetics. Street Fighter and For Honor, when they came out, someone did the math. They were like, "Oh yeah, you can get cosmetics in 2 years."
Holy shit!
2 years.
The game's popularity lasted 2 months, maybe.
Right?
Holy shit, dude! I don't understand.
The model's nice, but that is.
Well, it's just dumb shit like that. Well, I don't. But like I said, I don't think it's a problem though because it is free to play. The game's free. Getting a cosmetic is an additional thing. Making it 8 months is a little, for me, a large stretch. But I can't knock it too bad because the gameplay is free. You don't have to buy those things.
Is the cosmetic good at least?
Oh, I mean, Blizzard with Overwatch, they always got good cosmetics.
Oh, no, the cosmetics, the worst thing about cosmetics in Overwatch is they're fucking amazing, but the game is first person.
Right. So you see other people's skins, so it's you don't even get to see yours really.
It's more of
your guns.
It's the siege mindset where people are oh, you get the skin so other people see you have it. It's a flex,
right?
More than it is anything else. I mean, don't get me wrong, some of the gun skins are cool, the weapons are dope, right. But I mean, there's not
like they do the golden skins for the weapons, which are, I mean, they're okay. I'm not a fan of gold being the be all end all for cosmetics. So
did they always do that? Overwatch?
With what, the skins in general, or
the gold skins?
Yeah, the gold skins are always been rank rewards. So
yeah, the gold weapon comes from. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So whenever you end the rank season based off your ranking, where you place, you get a set amount of points. You can then use those points to buy gold weapons. They're about 3,000 points each. I don't know how many you would get for each placement, but I remember I have 3 or 4 gold weapons.
I have 3,000 right now.
Oh, you have a gold weapon you can get?
I can buy a gold weapon right now.
What are you? I'm curious though. I mean, besides the monetization side, I know Brandon, you're not the biggest Overwatch fan, so I don't think you've really played. But what are the thoughts of the game? I know you've watched it.
It just looks like an updated version of Overwatch 1. That's all.
Tell us about your brain when you see Overwatch action compared to Valorant and CSGO.
I cannot handle it. What
do you say?
There's so much shit going on where my brain is so used to PUBG. Even Apex is a little iffy for me when it comes to third party fights and everything.
But are you saying it's too fast? The action's too fast?
No, it's just confusing. I can see everything and I can see what's going on, but I get confused while I watch.
There's too many actions.
Yeah, there's too many things going on. There's too many things flying across my screen. I'm just is that ours or is it theirs?
It's a lot of sensory input. You have the visuals. Yeah. In Overwatch, the audio's huge. I think that's one of the biggest things. Playing with our fucking friend group, I'm I know all you motherfuckers have headphones, but can we not fucking hear? And I actually think that in majority of games we play. Well, any battle royale, they're oh, I'm how are you shocked? The guy has fucking loud ass footsteps behind us for like 10 minutes. How are we shocked there's someone there?
We always lack awareness, 100%.
I mean,
it's crazy.
Narsky and Shot are a very good example.
Dude brought up Narcy. That's wow.
That clip though.
That's all you can think about.
No. Ever since that Siege clip of him just running past while we're yelling at him, and the guy was playing.
Well, to be clear, I think all of us were talking at him, but you were yelling at him. You know, like it's a little. the
I wasn't even there
Narcy
for it. I got to
you.
see the aftermath.
Were you not in that game when we were playing Siege?
Nope.
Damn. The Narcy behind you clip's a classic. We'll link it down below. You know, if you want to check it out. It's a staple of our friend group at this point. But but with Overwatch, I actually think it's like, I don't know, it rekindled that fire for Overwatch for me. Like, it may be honeymoon phase, but it's just been so fun, and I actually really love the state of the game right now. There's a couple people that are like OP as fuck, but like Zarya, Diva, I think are super strong tanks. DPS wise, Genji, Mei, Sombra, super fucking strong. Healer wise, I don't care what the fuck anyone says. I think Moira's super strong. I know she's more of a noob shredder. Like at the high lows, apparently she's not that good, but she's just fun to play.
She has her place there too. Because I mean, she's even strong there. It's who you like couple her with. Because like if you couple her with someone like Lucio, you're gonna have a lot of just AE healing, along with Lucio being able to push your team into them while she's keeping you alive.
But I think
and throwing out her orbs and everything.
I think it's her lack of utility, like compared to other heals. You know, like
Definitely.
Mercy can res a whole ass person. Ana can sleep someone. She can stop healing. Like those are so strong that it's hard to give those up.
Is Moira the one with the orbs?
Yeah.
Creepy little fucker.
She has the weird like fucking
the sucky
hands. Yeah, the Reyna version of Overwatch.
Yeah, she'd be like
exactly the same effect.
Doing all that.
But I'm loving the state of the game too. Like the 5v5 I think was an amazing choice. Getting rid of the double shield metas.
Oh my god, yeah.
So much better where people aren't hiding behind shields and shooting them. The lack of CC makes it feel better because even like McCree, even though he doesn't have his stun nade, his magnetic nade does like 126 damage, I think, which is a great replacement because if they're close enough, it just magnetizes to them. You don't have to hit it directly or hit it on the ground or anything. I mean, they took out Bastion and Torb. I don't know if you guys are. So Bastion was completely taken out of playlist. You can't play him on anyone. Torb was banned from rank right now by Overwatch.
Okay, so I'll say is the Bastion because the glitch was it the Bastion glitch where they can spam the ult?
Yeah, so Bastion's change in Overwatch 2 is his ult. He becomes an artillery cannon, and he shoots 3 mortars that you can place anywhere on the map. The bug is you can spam mortars infinitely.
Oh, I saw that on TikTok.
There's been a bunch of clips about it where it's literally just like an air. It's like you're in fucking World War II and there's just constant airstrikes everywhere.
Dead man's land everywhere. That's like where it is. It's
like a Battlefield's developer's wet dream. Is like how I would describe it. Like just constant fucking airstrikes every second. Like it's literally just, and you just see red circles everywhere because that's how it indicates where it is. And it's funny because. The reason why I knew about it was I was seeing clips from like TikTok and shit of at the very end of the game on control points, you would just see it lined with Bastion ult, so you couldn't even touch the point. So I actually didn't even know he was disabled.
Does the Bastion ult one shot?
No.
No.
I don't remember the damage. So I think some characters if they're in the middle of it, it's an AOE. So like the further out you go, the less damage you take. I don't know the exact numbers on it, but I think it can one-shot a good amount of the cast.
It's funny because I think his ult is cheeks too. Like his ult sucks. Like...
So I don't think the ult's that great. I mean, maybe in a coordinated team where you can like, essentially do it on the outside as your team's pushing into them or something, like some kind of coordinated strike, it might be good. I think the idea is really cool. Like I actually like the new Bastion and how he plays.
I think the idea is good. Just the execution really of that. The execution of that ult is where like it misses for me. Yeah. But I don't want to get like too deep on Overwatch because I know Brandon doesn't play it too much. I mean, but watching it though, I was gonna ask though. Watching it though, are you like, is it more interesting than before, or is it just like the same game for you?
Watching it, I would say it did rekindle something in me because I remember playing Overwatch with you guys. not like seriously. Yeah, we played like for
Yeah.
a little bit during the dojo days, and maybe a little bit after. A little bit after we played Genji Ball. That's about it.
Oh
But
yeah, the
Yeah,
Genji dodgeball.
dude,
we played dodgeball.
the arcade games in Overwatch are definitely like so worth it. Like if you don't even play Overwatch, whoever's watching this, you don't play Overwatch, at least play the arcade games because it kind of reminds me of those old like modded servers for like Counter-Strike where like it's just, or like I guess Halo I guess had similar things, but it's just there to have fun and it's people making all these extra game modes. It's not as creative as Fortnite, but it's within the Overwatch like gameplay, so it's a little
I
different.
think that'll be dope. Like if we get our whole group together and like dive into some creative games and see what's out there, and see what's some. It'd probably be a lot of fun.
Well, with some of the new mechanics and the characters, I think that would be a lot of fun for sure. Dude, okay, I know this sounds stupid,
Mhm.
but like I'm gonna trademark this idea right now. Battleship, but it's just Bastion ults. Just
Yo.
I feel
literally
like
just
somebody
one
could
v-
actually mod that.
That would be. I feel like that would be fairly simple. Like it's a 1v1. It's just two bastions, and it's like A1, and it does.
Oh, I
What?
mean, you know what would actually be cool if so on that idea, you have it to where one person's playing the Bastion and then the other people are whoever they want. While he's in Bastion, he can't see anyone, but he can nuke anywhere he wants. And it's
And
like
if it
you have
hits,
a
it's a one
timer to
shot.
choose a spot. Yeah, you choose a spot, and you have to sit on that spot till the ult's done.
It's almost like have you ever seen like in Fall Guys where it has like the pictures of the fruit and you have to stand on the platform? It's almost like that, except Bastion picks a platform to kill.
Right.
Yo, all right.
Just silly shit like that.
I'm about to make it. Don't worry, boys. I got y'all.
Oh my god.
No, but it's just the extra game modes in Overwatch are like super fucking fun. Like I think they're one of the highlights of the game for me, anyway.
Yeah, the arcades are fun, but watching the game, it looked really fun. It looked
little
interesting.
something.
Yeah, like it. I feel like I would play it, but I don't think I would play it for long.
What
Like
was your POV for the most part, Genji?
Yeah, my POV was just Genji. It was just me watching Keenan just go in, and I'm just like, what just happened?
I feel like you should watch like one of us who plays tank or healer because I feel like playing Genji is just like you're backlining the whole time and you're just harassing people. Whereas like playing
the non-dive character,
playing the actual like playing a healer or tank is like you're actually playing the game. You know?
Yeah.
No, maybe Brandon can watch Sean on Soldier, and then Brandon can tell him Sean what he's doing wrong.
Oh, I am.
Dude, I watch him melee people in League. I don't need to watch him doing Overwatch as well. You know what I mean?
I feel like I would get so mad. I'd be like, Sean, there's no way you're missing that. What are you doing?
No, he needs that. He needs like the backseat the whole time. Like, why are you focusing that person?
He's just shooting the tank. Be his brain, and Sean will be the the mechanical skill.
Oh my god!
I don't know if that's the best of that combination. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if
it might have to be switched around. I might have to be the aim. He might have to be the one.
Yeah, low key. If Brandon had Sean's brain in games, he might actually be goated. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah,
I could see it honestly.
Not that Sean's not even like giga brain like that. He just has like enough, you know. Sean's biggest thing is like he thinks he can do more than he can. You know, he's like I can totally kill this guy. It's like no, you can't. You're not that guy.
You have all those different types of players, and Sean's that player. It's like he finds that one niche thing that worked, right? And he ran a game. He completely rolled everyone, and then he just stays in. Next game it doesn't work, so he's like, okay, let me try it again this game. Oh, it didn't work.
And it's like why is the shit not sticking to the wall anymore? It's like, well, because there's a guy cleaning it. You know what I mean? Like,
you know, I used to do that in League.
Oh my god!
Honestly, with you, I could see it.
I would just go the same build that worked. If it didn't work, I'd be like, what the fuck?
I could imagine Brandon's that guy who logged on to like Ultimate Bravery where it gives you the random loadout. And he's like, wait till one works though. Wait till one works. I'm gonna keep running it.
Yes, I am that guy. Actually, you guys have seen me do it before in like other games.
Well, yeah, but I mean, League's like so reliant on items.
I mean, we saw you throwing Jared's Valorant games, so I mean, it makes sense.
On fucking God.
Highest rated Valorant player, but always loses with him.
Highest rated Valorant player in the friend group, but this dude loses every game he plays in silver. Explain that.
That he made a bet on.
Listen,
Kinda sus.
silvers are different. Silvers are different. I can't play against them.
Kinda
Dude,
sus, man.
I legit cannot play against silvers.
You heard it here first. Ascendant 1 said silvers
Immortal
are
one.
different. Oh,
Immortal one.
even better.
Correct
Immortal 1.
Fuck.
Immortal 1 says silvers are different.
Bro, they're on another level. I can't, bro. You put them in immortal lobby, dude. Like I'm pretty sure they'll wreck. They will destroy.
You know what's
that
funny is
lobby.
I actually saw a video about that, but I think it was Overwatch. I've seen a couple different videos. There's like this guy. It's like a silver player thinks he's good enough to be diamond, so they throw him on a diamond team, and it was funny because I think it was Valorant. He was popping off. He was like, "This guy might actually be right." He was like, "He might actually be diamond. His teammates may actually be bad." It was just like a series of that. But I actually saw a video posted today of like a similar thing where it was, but it was Overwatch. So it was like all diamond players in Overwatch, and he was silver in Overwatch. But I don't know if you could be hard stuck if the game's been out for like 2 days.
Well, I wonder what you guys think of that then, because I also knew somebody. You know, they were playing. This is in regards to Overwatch. They were playing on a top 500 account. They didn't get it there themselves. Okay, this was a pro player's account that a buddy of mine was playing on, and they were able to maintain the rank. Do you think that solidifies them as a top 500 player, or whatever game you're playing in? Does that solidify them as being able to like call themselves that rank?
I mean, what does maintain really mean? You know what I mean? Like,
well, like I said, like they stayed in top 500 for the few matches or whatever they were playing. I don't think the sample size was that big. Maybe like 10 games or something like that.
Oh fuck no! Fuck no! No, I would need you to be in there the whole season, playing daily, if you're at that point. Because I want to see how far you drop. I don't want to see you drop. I want to see how far you drop. I mean, here's the thing. It's one thing to say like, oh, he's a pretty good player then if he's able to at least keep up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But can you actually keep the rank over an extended amount of time? It's not what you do for 2 days. That's what you do for 2 weeks, 2 months. For like rank stuff. That's why I don't like. It's kind of like whenever I see like NFL players or pro athletes get drafted to like the professional league, they're like, I made it. It's like, not yet. Because like, even though you made it to the league, you got to stay in the league. No one wants to be a fucking one-hit wonder and like play 1 year. It's about like staying in. It's like kind of like the same mindset to me, where it's like, I want to stay in the rank. I want to play at this level the whole time, not get there one time. It's kind of like Brandon saying he's Immortal 3. You were there like twice, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
I think he skipped a season in the middle of that too.
I wasn't even there once.
You never got Immortal 3?
My peak was Immortal 2, like 160 R. It was like 30 off of.
I just want to say my casual is your peak, so I mean.
Damn, that's rude.
Damn.
Well, I mean, speaking of Valorant, though, not about ranked, but they have that new character coming out. Have you looked at that?
Oh yeah, so I don't know nothing about that.
I literally haven't even looked at the character. I just know he's like water based.
He is water based.
So where is he from? Because I mean, that's the whole thing.
He is from India.
Can we pause on that for a moment though? Because I feel like the whole like where is he from thing is totally just taking it from Overwatch. I don't care what anyone else thinks. I stand by that. Making the operators to where it's like so based around where they're from. I'm not saying it's an only Overwatch thing, but I feel like Overwatch kind of made that more important. Like Siege has a similar system. Don't get me wrong, but
right.
I feel like Overwatch...
it's like the like the class shooters and stuff like that, right? Like each class is always a representation of somewhere else in the world, which I think overall I think it's okay. Like, I don't see an issue with it.
I think it's pretty cool because it kind of makes people like, oh, my country is a part of it, like it's pretty cool. It gets people involved and stuff.
I mean, that's true because in Valorant, I like when fucking what's that bitch's name? The speedy
listening to Neon Station.
Yeah, Neon.
Like, we're partially Filipino, so it's
I like when she says "Salamat, thank you," and I'm like,
yeah. Why is she saying it twice? Why is she saying it twice?
Subtitles, bro. Subtitles.
It's thank you. I'm like, oh, okay. Weird.
Yeah, I really like her.
She's trying to dub.
Limp Dick IO.
Limp Dick IO.
That's what it sounds. Do you actually know what she's saying? Does anyone know? I don't actually know.
I've never actually looked at the voice line. I don't know enough Tagalog to,
Yeah, Limp
Talk
Dick
on
IO.
shit,
but-
You should ask Jessica.
But Limp Dick Kaio, that's what I know. Well, she can
Limp
tell us
Dick-
when she watches this episode. Leave a comment.
Shit. Hell.
Does she even have an account
Hell.
though? You know, like I don't know.
Oh, she does.
Oh, okay, I was checking.
All right, so
On
back
YouTube or
back
Valorant?
to the new
But
character.
back to the
though.
character. Back to the character.
Okay.
Yeah, so tell us about it, Brandon. Or is it a him? Is it a she? Is it a?
It's a him. It is a he him.
Are you sure those are the pronouns though?
Yes,
Those
I am
pronouns are
sure. I am sure. So basically from the trailer, what I've seen is he found an artifact that is water based. It's basically an artifact that clashed onto him, and now he can use water to block bullets and stuff like that. We don't know a lot about his abilities, but we do know that is a for sure an ability. Basically, a astral wall.
So I'll say his ult's gonna be a wall that just blocks water. It's gonna.
I
It's
think it's
wait.
gonna be.
It almost sounds like a
Symmetra
break
ult.
shield.
No, it's Symmetra ult.
Oh,
Oh, you think like it's that big, or is it like
no,
a self one?
I think
Like-
it's gonna be a self one, but I just think it would be cool if it was like Symmetra sized. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they already have Astra for that. Like she already does that.
I think it's gonna
Oh, I
be
know.
like you know how Phoenix and Neon basically have the same wall, except one's like double, one's just one. I think it's gonna be like just a regular ability, not like an ult ability. And you can just use it. It'll be up for like maybe a second or two.
I could see it
Like
being
hopefully
like
not too long.
yeah, I could see it being like a single wall, and like you can't curve it or anything, and it's just
Yeah.
like there to block, almost like what Sage does. How people sometimes
Yeah.
use her, but maybe not be able to be broken. Yeah, so
What
that's
would be
all. So they
cool-
haven't released any like. I thought they released like their kit. I
No,
looked
they
into it
haven't
all, but-
released the. I haven't seen the gameplay released yet at all. I know the agent trailer was released. I don't know when the season ends. I think it ends in like 5 days or some shit.
Oh yeah, because you haven't really been
Something like
playing, huh?
Yeah, so like 5 days. But
Yeah.
what I was gonna say is if Harbor put up his wall and then Sage used her ice orb, what if it just turned into an ice orb?
Nah, that's like some Ultimate Alliance type shit. They're not ready for that.
Team
Is there
synergy attack?
is there any synergy things in that game?
As far as like mixing
Oh.
abilities.
No,
I think that would be tight. Like that's something that they
it
should
would
have.
be.
I feel like-
pretty sick.
That would be a step too far for them away from CS:GO.
I feel like it would also be like hard to balance as well because it's like keeping those interactions where it's like, well, it should do that because that makes sense versus like
Well,
the competitive integrity of it. You know?
I mean,
Yeah.
there is something that people have been using where they use an Yoru clone and a Silver Recon, and so they
the
just
clone like sticks with the recon and keeps going.
yeah, the Recon sticks to the clone, and he uses his clone at the same time, and it just
Hon-
walks.
Honestly,
It
that
just
sounds
scans
dope as
people.
shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
so
also
there,
sounds
so
dope.
so it's like it's standing here and then the drone's behind it and walks behind it or flies behind it or
no, it's a Recon. The Recon.
Like
dart.
it's stuck in the clone.
Yeah,
oh the recon dart.
yeah, the Recon dart just sticks
Oh.
onto Yoru, and it just walks, and people are just like, "What the fuck?" And they get
That's-
scanned, and they just die.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
that-
You know
that-
what that reminds me of like in Apex about how you can like throw the heat shields on certain abilities.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
There was one where people were like using it with Valk, so you could fly with the heat shield.
Yeah, I saw that.
There was like it was like a glitch, I think though.
Yeah, now we're just turning into a tips channel. You know, in Overwatch, you can also throw a Baptiste disc on a cart, and it'll move with the cart for its duration.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Oh yeah.
but okay, I was trying to think. There's a game. Oh my god, I just remembered the game. It was fucking Spellbreak. You know how like all the elements interact?
Oh yeah, the mixture of the
Yeah. Did you ever
yeah.
play Spellbreak, Brandon?
No.
This fucking guy.
Brandon's like, did you say PUBG? What is?
Yeah,
Spellbreak?
well, I don't.
Apex, Fortnite?
Is there other battle royales?
Did you even play Fortnite?
Is that there's
I-
other battle
I did
royales? I
see
didn't know
that.
that.
Yeah, Brandon's
I
like, yeah, I played
played
Fortnite.
Fortnite
I
just
just
a
didn't
little
have building buttons.
He's like,
I
yeah,
just-
bro, I play
Yeah.
Fork Knife every day.
No, I could not play Fortnite. That building shit was not for me.
It's so funny because I feel like on paper, like Fortnite's like one of the best battle royales, like legitimately,
Oh, 100%.
because
think
it
it-
gets
and then
rid of
across
all.
the board.
It just developed into like cancer to me, like in terms of it's really nice that it got rid of a lot of the issues with battle royale games, but then it created new ones from that, where like the fighting was really
the
stale.
ending.
I think just competitive battle royales are just fucking stupid to begin with. So like when there's like a meta and there's like competition and shit, when stuff starts getting like pushed, it just, I don't know, battle royales just turn stupid. It's like in Apex, so everyone hides in a house. It turned into everyone box fighting in Fortnite, where like the last zone has 20 fucking people and they're all fighting for each other's walls, like to take each other's walls. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's silly, and it just makes the game like stale as fuck to me. Unpopular opinion, but
well, I mean, and everyone hates third party, and it just literally, what's it called? Like, pushes that point even harder for third parties to happen, which is why nobody fights at the end.
Everyone hates camping and third partying, but that's what everyone does in every
that's how
battle
you
royale.
play a battle royale. Like,
it's just, it makes like watching it. I guess it can be like hype because like, oh my god, they did this, but it's like
I'm disgusted. I'm saying this. I prefer watching Call of Duty.
Yeah,
Warzone?
No.
Compared to battle royales.
Like Warzone?
No,
he's
not
talking
Warzone.
about Search.
Just a regular Call of Duty match. I'd rather watch that than watch a battle royale match.
You're talking about a death match over a battle royale?
Honestly, any of the game modes over a battle royale competitive game.
That's a take. Not going to comment further, but that's a take. There's one that was made.
Like I said, I'm disgusted by it, but yeah, that's how I feel about battle royales.
I don't know about that one, Chief. That's a rough take. I don't think I agree with that at all. That's just like you've been third party so many times because you want to play the game how you want to play. That's how I see that.
Oh no, but I'm talking about just as a viewer. It's like you watch it, the circle's as big as an asshole, and you have 20 to 40 different teams sitting in that asshole.
But it is very chaotic in like a pleasurable way, I will say. Like it's very interesting watching the chaos ensue when the circle finally closes and everyone's fighting in like the diameter of a fucking dime.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. Because
I think you come back like an hour later.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like it's like I'm gonna start watching this battle royale. Oh shit, they just dropped. That's crazy. Click another stream. Oh shit. 10, 15 minutes later. Oh shit, they're in the last zone. All right, bet.
And now it's like, oh, there's 10 teams left. Let's see who's gonna win.
Yeah,
oh, okay, there it is.
Yeah, and it's the problem with that is like most battle royales, it's all like position based. So then you have teams that will just camp buildings or just camp spots, and it just makes the game not fun. But then like with Fortnite, when it first came out, being able to build past certain like obstacles like that, where high ground can just be taken from someone. I think that's a very unique concept and what they did really well. Not to mention that they always had items that just made the game fun. Like even now, I don't know if you've seen clips of it, but there's an explosive goo gun, and I saw it because of fucking Ninja, but it literally shoots like a blast of goo. He's like, oh, I'm gonna goo, and it just shoots out, and it sticks to people and explodes. It's Torble. Yeah. It's Torbjorn from Overwatch for sure. But I've just been seeing clips from him and like TikTok where people are like, oh, I'm gonna bust, and they just like shoot the. It's so fucking stupid. But it's like really creative. And then like the bounce pads, the golf carts, like all those interactions in Fortnite made the game the best.
Yeah, I mean Fortnite's
Octane pad. What you mean?
I mean they basically had the same type of shit.
It stood the test of time. I mean, how long has it been now? And it's still one of the top battle royales, if not the top battle royale.
It's okay. The top battle royale came out yesterday. It doesn't actually.
Oh yeah, which one's that?
Super People. Come on, bro. I actually think Super People's like one of the GOATs, and I've barely even played the game.
Well, I mean, because it's a reminiscence of PUBG. You know, the good things of PUBG with the optimization, there that PUBG didn't have, and then the ability to make it more fun and the classic.
I think back of like what made battle royales fun or like what battle royales were good. I always think H1Z1 will like always be one of the best. Like I think H1Z1's better than Apex. I think H1Z1's better than Apex, and I love Apex.
Remember jumping out of cars in H1Z1?
Dude, there was just speed? It was just the gameplay of H1Z1 was exhilarating and it was so punishing. Like that's one thing that Fortnite took out of it is I feel like battle royales aren't as punishing because there's like a res mechanic now. But on H1Z1, your teammate dies, it's like fuck. And then on top of that, you always have to like get new armor, get new shit. So like There's always a
And you could always
reason.
craft new armor. Like it was great. It was
Yeah,
fun.
it was just to me like a really well rounded battle royale. But then PUBG came out, and the one thing I will say is I don't like the crafting system that much of Super People. I think it's interesting, but I actually don't like it that much. Like it doesn't.
Really?
Yeah, I mean it's interesting, but it's just like it incentivizes you not to fight people in my eyes.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it does become a
Mm.
loot simulator a lot of the time, so I know what you feel like. The time and the amount that you need to get for the crafting
It's
is
also
it's
the
a lot of time
fact.
spent doing that.
It's also the fact that it tells you where to find the item if it's in the area from you. So it gives you an incentive to not go fight people. Why go fight this guy if I need this item if I know it's that
I need
way?
this upgrade. Yeah.
Yeah, I could just go get this upgrade, and it just because one of the biggest problems with PUBG to me was like the camping, because the way the game plays, the camping's so bad. But then the abilities of super people make it to where the camping's not as bad to me, because there's ways to get around it. There's classes that can push. Yeah, you can. There's the teleporter who can just teleport behind them. There's nuke who can just nuke them. There's driver who can just fucking jump up.
Driver.
Like
Strike
there's so
Force has
many.
got to be my favorite.
Dude, that's because the
Strike Force
mobility
is
is insane. The
Yeah.
dash, the jump.
He's just so fun to play. He's not good,
Like, I'm pretty sure
but
it's
he's
the
fun.
vertical play mixed in with it because of the being able to climb on houses and coming up behind teams that are camping houses.
Yeah,
because you're jumping through a window that they don't recognize.
it's almost like those Call of Duty clips, where people like run and they like parkour on the building and they flank people and they don't realize you can do that, but in a PUBG setting. So like, there's been a couple times where I'm playing Strike Force and I run and I jump to like the second floor and I just go through a random window and they're all like looking out, like not expecting me to be behind them. And in a game like that jump is so big.
Yo.
What I'd really love to see from a battle royale, and even something like Super People, is something that we've talked about before, where it's like I think Apex like has found a solution, at least for me, to make someone like me enjoy it a lot more when it comes to crafting and like finding loot with rarities and stuff like that. Because like everyone's experienced a shitty feeling where it's like you get like a P2020, you still have white armor, the person gets like an R301 in purple armor. And whatever rarity of R301. And it's like you hit every shot, but you had to reload your gun, and they had purple armor. So then they just shred you, and they win the fight.
No, it's a skill issue, because in Hunger Games, right, Katniss Everdeen gets a bow, and Homeboy has a sword, but they're close combat, and she wins. It's a skill issue. It's just a skill issue, bro. You should win your fights, win your ones.
That's fine. I just want to see a game where it's like there's gray rarity on the ground for everybody, and you level up by doing the damage. Or you level up your items like Apex has done with like Evo shields and shit like that.
Yeah, I think that looting guns off the ground isn't a problem to me, but looting armor that gives you just a default better health value.
That's a lie. We played Super People, and we fought people that picked up the mythical guns, and we got like the regular ones. And they killed us in 2 shots. And you like unloaded a whole clip into them? Nah, we've talked about this. Come on now.
No, I still think it's a way better system, and I'm actually okay with it, because at the end of the day, like, hitting your shots will still make you win. If you both equally hit your shots, obviously they have an advantage, but I think there's more of an advantage to someone taking less damage than there is to doing more, and in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, we've all seen what a mythical SKS can do. we've all seen what the level 5 armor or not.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, I was playing and I was clapping people when I had like a mythical shotgun on the Shotgun Master. I was like hitting people from far and just clapping them. But at the end of the day, like, positioning, there's a lot of like tangibles that you can control to,
of course,
well, like where you can win. Like, it's still a skill thing. Like, taking less damage from my bullets just feels worse to me. Like, I would much rather do less damage with my gun or have variables to my gun than to have someone just take less damage and I have to shred through it more.
Well, I mean, I think maybe a mix of also like after a certain times passed, everyone gets like some upgraded armor. Because I've always said, like, when it comes to battle royales, the entire thing is like this is like a game that someone has put all these players into, right? Like, that's the whole idea of where a battle royale came from. So it's like it's being like micromanaged. The same thing where like the storms happen, or like the red zones in
So
PUBG.
Do you
So it's
remember?
like no, go ahead.
so
No, good.
with that, don't you think there'd be more campers if your armor's gonna get upgraded
You
anyways?
get I mean, but that's why you can also upgrade by doing damage. It's like like trying to find a proper balance so that the game doesn't snowball off somebody getting the proper loot off spawn and just killing the team that didn't get lucky, right?
Hmm.
It's like so it's finding some balance between the time that everyone's been in the game. It's like, oh, we've reached this point in the game, so we have upgraded shields now, and it even allows people to still play if they are behind on a squad. It's like they get that level up, and now they can play the game again instead of just hiding the whole time. Like you're gonna have campers regardless. We have it now.
Yeah,
I
I get
don't I
what you're
don't see
saying,
that
but
intensifying that.
I don't. I mean, I think that it would intensify that because why? Like, there's no reason for them to ever fight. They'll get
Well,
armor
like
upgrades
I said,
passively
you
and all
you
that.
you also upgrade from doing damage though.
Yeah, I mean, I
I'm
guess
saying I'm saying trying to find a balance there. I'm not saying I have the perfect solution right now.
we could
I'm
tell.
saying ways like that level up, because right now it's just like I don't know. It's like most battle royales just end up the same. You're doing the same
Yeah,
thing at the end.
yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
see where you're coming from. I was gonna say it reminds me of like I said, I know I brought up like Hunger Games, but like in Hunger Games they force people into each other. I don't like the idea of collapsing zones into a circle. I actually love one of the things that Call of Duty did in the most recent ones they talked about, where there's like 3 zones at the end. So the second to last circle, instead of it being like a close like this, it'll close on 3 areas. So if your team is split up, you'll just have to fight in those zones, split
I think we
apart.
talked about this
Oh,
before.
that's
So
interesting.
I think it's a
But
very
but but
unique
but they but
take.
they still collapse in the end.
At the
Like you still
end,
get the same.
yes, but it changes the pace and changes how you play it when you have to choose which circle you're gonna move. And like, let's say your team is split while that's happening, like there's gonna be times where it's like, fuck, I gotta take the right circle. Like, you know, it's one of those
Mm.
things.
I
But
don't know.
In Hunger Games though, there's like it will like restrict zones to force people into each other. I wish that the zones were a little bit more adaptive. Okay, so basically, there's fucking people here, people here. We just push the zone this way to make them fight each other. I'd like to see more of that type of stuff, as well as I don't know if you guys remember the game, The Darwin Project. It was on Steam for a
I
little
never
bit. It
played that
was
one.
okay. I didn't
Oh.
play it either. I watched it. I never played it, but it had more like Twitch interaction, which yeah, it was
Oh,
integrated
I
with
remember this
Twitch.
one. I remember
So it was
the talk.
almost like because it was meant to be like a show. So it's when streamers were in the game, they would sync their Twitch stream to it, and the players can vote on like which zone is going to disappear. Now, mind you, that could be
Hyperscape, I think, did this too with the Twitch
yeah. There's a little
interaction.
bit of interaction in the actual gameplay, so like they can decide certain things that happen in the game. It doesn't give
Like
them
like
too much
like
control.
the bad things that happen in the game, right? Like they
Yeah,
get to decide on that.
so like for an
So
example, it's like random airstrike, or do you want to do a care package? Like shit like
so
that.
so, so basically Hunger Games, because Hunger Games also did that
No,
to
Yeah.
exactly.
control.
Where like
Yeah,
they can send in like care packages and shit to people. It's
yeah.
like similar to where you can like vote for shit like that, or like which. So I don't know exactly how the system worked. Like I said, I didn't play it to like at all really. But I watched games on it, and then I just thought it was a unique system. I'd love to see a battle royale do that again. I see where that's a little bit harder, especially when you have like a battle royale with 60 or 100 people. There's so many different moving parts, but I feel like it would actually revolutionize the genre a little more, and taking the extra time to make something more adaptive to make every game unique. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Well,
But
I've
like I
also
said,
had a
I could.
problem.
I'll go. Oh, sorry. Go
I
ahead.
don't know. Finish your thought.
I'll say I also just could also see where that's an issue because if Ninja's in the game and he has 12,000 people watching, I'm in the game, I have 1,000. Like, am I ever gonna like have a
Yeah.
voice? You know, but I guess it just depends on how it passes it around, or maybe it's a
Well,
reward based thing. You know?
I've always thought about too, like, what if like when you get down to like the top 10, like the game is essentially stopped from the moment that you're in right there, and you guys are basically put into another area where it's the 10 of you now fighting each other. Instead of you having to find, and also like avoids the people that are zone campers in games and things of that nature. I can also see an issue with it where it's like, there's 11 people and you're in like a 3-man gunfight. You kill one guy and then like the 10 of you are essentially, brought to the gulag or something along
I
those
think you
lines.
could adjust that a little bit to where it's almost like airships will evac you to the next place.
Mm-hmm.
So you basically have to fight for the evac, similar to like Tarkov or
what's
the
the one we
cycle.
played?
The cycle.
Yeah, the
Right?
cycle. Yeah,
So
yeah.
like once you evac, so you basically punch your ticket to the next round, and it's like 12 people or like 4 teams or 5 teams or however many. That way, it like I said, it makes it to where every game's different, and there's also more aspects of the game. There's less randomness and more, just more
And it's
like
like as the numbers go down, there's more control in the player's hands instead of the control being in the game's hand. Instead of RNGesus the entire time.
yeah. No, I'm there. I think that would be like way more
Especially from a
interesting to see.
competitive mindset, because I mean I'm a person where it's like I want less RNG when it comes to competitive stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the less RNG, the better. No, it's like when you play Hearthstone. You remember when you would play people who would have that one fucking card that would just play a random spell, and you're like, "Oh, cool! I lost because he fireballed me randomly. I didn't lose because he played better." Or like it'll be like do 1 damage to a random character, and you're like, "Oh wow, it just happened to kill my last fucking person on the board."
Right.
Luckily, it never feels good to lose that way. But I also don't think it feels good to win because it's just funny. You're just like, wow, that actually happened. It's not like, let's go. It's like, haha, what the fuck? This game's like crazy,
That's where the enjoyment and excitement comes from, because it's like, oh my god, did you see what the fuck just happened? Like,
it's really good for like,
what are the numbers on that?
It's good for clips for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like in Valorant when you're aiming at someone's head and it misses randomly. You're like, oh wow, this is a really good clip on why this game sucks.
Yes, the .25 bullet spread. First bullet spread. Yes, lovely.
It's just, I'd like to actually just see battle royales like adapt and just get better, because everything just kind of comes out the same. And it's like the genre is so popular. It's like you need to do better because of how popular
it's funny because I feel like every battle royale is like, all right, here's the thing, it's gonna be a zone, it's gonna close, it'll be this many people. They're like, but how do we change it? They're like, classes. They're like, all right, cool, I like it. And another company's like, what if we make it to where you could build? They're like, nice. But the zone's still gonna close in a circle. They're still like, it's the same gameplay.
What guns are we putting in the care package though?
Oh yeah, that's always the other thing too. The care package.
God.
I actually think that system could be like adjusted too.
Really?
Yeah, I think that system, making it more of like a point of contention. I care packages aren't even that important. I feel like they're not like that big of a deal, and I feel like getting more of a reward in other aspect. I don't even know, just more incentive to make it more like so people don't camp as hard. Basically.
I would say it's scary because it's kind of like a double-edged blade, where it's like if you make something too powerful, it's like the second they get that care package, they just snowball. So it's like these guns are just a little bit higher than the normal guns.
I think that it has extreme upside while having extreme downside. Like, hey, this sniper rifle one shots on headshot, but it marks you on the map. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like a constant
the risk versus reward. Yeah.
It's like
that's why I'm happy. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say it's just like the risk versus reward. If you hit it, great, but you're gonna get camped by everyone because they see you. But go ahead.
But I was gonna say that's why I'm happy about the Apex with the Kraber nerf.
What was the Kraber nerf?
Doesn't one shot headshot.
Headshot anymore. If you have a purple helmet and a purple shield, I believe, or blue, it doesn't one shot people anymore.
I like that interaction because you have a purple helmet. Like you can one shot like gray helmet. I'm guessing still, and like blue. Yeah, no, I like that interaction, and because you have the higher rarity or like the highest rarity.
Yeah, I like that because if I happen to not ever get a purple helmet because the loot was bad, then I just lose anyway. I like that interaction as well. That's a great feeling.
Yeah.
Tying back into the RNG conversation, right?
Oh,
no, but I think it's a good change because like one-shotting in a game like Apex that takes a long time to kill, and like rezzing and healing is like 10 seconds or like 5 seconds. It's not the best feeling when you lose because a guy hit one shot on you, but he misses every other bullet. You're just like, okay. Oh, this guy can't hit an R99 spray, but he hit a fucking Kraber shot. Now
honestly, it sounds like a movement diff to me. So
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even. I've probably only been hit headshot by a Kraber like less than 5
I'm
times.
pretty
I'd
sure
say
in our
honestly.
group, Brandon's the one that usually gets headshot.
Brandon is because he has the worst fucking movement. In every game we play, Brandon has like fucking stick figure movement. He can only move on one fucking plane of existence.
But the
Motherfucker
only
has
thing
2D
Brandon can
movement.
move is his screen with his mouse. That's what he
Yeah,
can do.
he has fucking
Yep.
2D movement, bro. It's
Yep.
insane. If this dude had
Bro.
movement, he'd be goaded.
But when he's
Bro,
trying to dodge,
Jared-
he's fighting his demons. That's what he's doing.
Jared sees me when I try to move. In Valorant, I do this, or like CS:GO, I just move my mouse and I press WASD. Like I just spam it. I'm just like no, and I'm just jumping. Like this is my mouse movement right here. And then I
Brandon's
do
like,
that
where
in
are my
Valorant.
mobility keys? Where are they
Listen,
at? Let me hit every single one.
in Valorant and CS, it works. It works sometimes. And then I try to do it in Apex, and Jared's just watching me. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing? You're literally just doing this."
Yeah,
Like,
it does
my
not
character model is
help.
doing that.
It does not help because in Valorant and in CS, there's not fucking aim assist. It was aim assist in the game. You have to actually like fucking move somewhere.
Yeah. I actually have to press A, D,
Yeah.
A, D, and have to like jump around and shit. But no, I'm just like,
It's funny because
I
like
love-
I'll be running from a team. I'm like, all right, tap strafe, boom, tap strafe, wall bounce. I'll like hit all this shit, and I watch Brandon after I die, and I'm just like, he's just running in a straight fucking line. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? And then when he starts getting shot, he's like, and he just starts jumping around, fucking looking everywhere. Don't understand. I don't get it. I'm like,
there are
this
times it
fucking guy.
works. There are times it works. There are times. Not many times, but times.
Talking about battle royales still. Oh, what's it called? I actually like the system in Warzone with the what's their bounty system? Or like picking up those like quests.
Oh
essentially.
yeah, no, I like that. Their money system's like weird to
Oh.
me, but like their
Well,
loadout
not the money
system's
system,
weird.
but the
Well,
quest
that's what the
itself.
quests are based around.
Yeah.
Is you earn money
It's
for
for money.
completing a quest. So
Yeah.
the bounty system is it doesn't tell you exactly what that. It gives you a point, like a zone, and then it'll tell them when you get closer, what as well as
Yeah,
if you know the zone.
I think that's a really cool interaction to have.
I feel like that's a cool incentive. Like, hey, if you go hunt this team down, you'll upgrade your armor, something like that. Like what we were talking about
Right.
earlier. I think that is a really cool change that you could have because then, like I said, it just always incentivizing you to be doing something or fighting or like, those types of things. But in Call of Duty, it's just around getting a loadout. So it's like, hey, if you do these quests, you can finally get a gun that works well. Like that's basically what and it's also like, also if you don't have these guns, you can do one of two things. You can go fucking play quick match, like death matches forever, trying to level guns and get the right level, or you can buy it in the shop. So it's a little bit pay to win in some regards. I think it's pay to win only because pay to win, we're always talking about like the time commitment versus just paying for it. So when the season comes out, if there's an OP gun, I could just buy it from the shop, right? There's a bundle, it has all these like monolithic suppressor attachments, it has this stock.
Is that really
whatever.
how it is in Warzone?
Yeah, it does work that way.
That's
It's like it's weird because it's one of the games that I find a little bit pay to win, like for a casual or like me when I step in to play with someone from like work, like hey, let's run a like Warzone. If I like hate myself enough, I'll hop in with them. And I'm serious. If I hate myself enough, I'll hop in.
Playing Valorant.
And I'm like, oh cool, I don't have the guns to be good, and they have to get me a loadout. They have to give me their loadout. And I'm like, they're like, oh well, this one's in the shop right now. You can buy this bundle. It's really good. It gives you all the attachments. And I'm like, this game's fucking pay to win, and no one cares.
Right.
It's like Call of Duty is such a casual fucking game that none of the casuals know what pay to win is, I guess. I don't fucking know. Like, it's ludicrous to me. It's like ludicrous.
No, it's the pastime. It's Call of Duty, man. You don't
I
get it.
actually don't get how people still play that fucking game. If consoles didn't exist, Call of Duty would be a dead game. Because there's just so many better shooters you could play. Like, there's a plethora. Like, and the games don't feel as good on console. So like they have to play Call of Duty.
You also don't have to worry about buying a new one every 2 years. So there's also that.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, because think about it this way, dude. Like, if you play,
I don't understand how games do that when patches exist and why people accept it. Like, patches are a thing. Same thing with sports games. Like, you can patch new players into the. I've seen your character customizations they look like shit anyways.
Dude, because casual people will always buy the new shit. Like if you like when I say casual, like I don't care what anyone says in the comments or has opinions on this. Like 2K is a fucking casual game. All right. Madden is a casual game. You wanna know why? Because you buy a new one every fucking year. All right. It's not like a live service game where I feel like live service games are just a different quality of game and like different multiplayer experience. If there wasn't consoles, none of those games would exist. To me. Like, I don't see people being like, I'm gonna buy a Madden every year on my PC. It's just not gonna fucking happen. You know what I mean?
Right.
Whereas,
Go
like,
play Rocket League.
you could just play. There's so many other games accessible to you that are like way more fun. Like, I'm not trying to be like all PC master race, but I'm like the games are just better. They're more enjoyable.
Well, it's like a standard was set before that people just accept now because it was. This is how it was. This is what I've always done.
Yeah. Whereas, like, it just doesn't have to be that way. Like, even Overwatch 2. They should have never even made it Overwatch 2. It should have just been like a huge. I get why that's like a big marketing push and like a lot of time and all that, but the single player or the co-op modes could have just been like pushed differently. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, it's like you don't release what you release and call it Overwatch 2 because the reason you're calling it Overwatch 2 you don't even have in the game, and you just delayed it by I think I heard 2 years. Like, so yeah, people are gonna give you shit and
Wait.
deserved.
The co-op is delayed by 2 years.
I'm pretty sure that's what I heard. Like the story and all that is delayed by 2 years.
How?
And it's like,
wait,
you deserve all the shit you're getting.
What could they possibly be doing that would take them 2 years to complete? They already have a game. Like I don't get it.
Well, I'm hoping this is like a really in-depth adventure, like, you know, storytelling game, because I mean, we've all seen the cinematic. Actually, I don't know if you have, Brandon. Have you watched the Overwatch cinematics? Because they're some of the best out there.
I saw the TikTok one where it was like Genji and Hanzo, but I think that was fan made.
No, that's not. No. Genji and Hanzo have one. That
sounds like he watched a hentai with Genji and Hanzo, right? Like that's what it sounds like he's talking about. I think I watched the TikTok one where Genji's like fucking Hanzo.
It was like brother on brother.
I think it was called incest offerings. Oh shit!
Fuck, I don't know if it was fan made or not, but it was like when they were fighting on this
temple.
Like, it was like it was like a temple.
It's not fan made.
Yeah, that's part of
it.
That's the actual dragons. All like you should like. This is for anyone watching this. You need to go watch the Overwatch cinematics. They're anime level of good. They're like Arcane level of good before Arcane even came out. To me, dragons. Dragons
they
like
leave you wanting more every time you watch a short.
If you look at any Overwatch short, everyone's like, "Oh my god, they need to make a fucking show. They need to make a movie. They need to make this because they're that fucking good."
This is why everyone's so excited for Overwatch 2. Because of the things like this, plus the interactions in the game, like they create a whole story.
Yeah, so every single character and every interaction has like a true story. Like for an example, Genji and Hanzo's story. I don't know. I don't want to. I'm not even gonna give it away because Dragons is so good. There's a clash between brothers. I'll just put it that way. Okay, it's all in depth. It has a rich history, and it does all this in like fucking 10 minutes. It establishes a great story, and the pacing's perfect. And then in like soldiers, like he's very like a mysterious guy who's obviously ex-military and all this, but the way it just like goes through everything, you're like, wow, they wrote a crazy story in 10 minutes. Yeah. The new character Kariko, hers is fucking goated. I'm telling you, like it's they give you personal attachment to these characters. So when you go to play them in game, you're like, I love this character, and I think that's what a lot of games miss. Because like when I think about my favorite video game characters, or if I ask anyone our age who was born in like 1997, 96, 99, whatever, if I were to ask them their favorite characters, I promise you if I brought up Ghost, you'd be like, bro, Ghost, when they shoot him, like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like,
literally
when
everybody.
When you have those story attachments, it makes like when you play the game, for some reason, you just like feel at home with that character. And I feel like Genji and Hanzo are so revered because their fucking story is so fucking good.
Dude, honestly, so I know you guys aren't into fighting games, but that's what I love when I'm like, when you see like when you watch a Street Fighter like fight on commentary, it's like you have right Ryu versus Ken. They're always like, oh, lower battle.
Dumb as fuck. Well, so. But the thing is like Street Fighter and those, I feel like the stories are just so fucking stupid.
No, yeah, I'm not. Look, don't ever go into a fighting game wanting a good story because you're never gonna get it.
They just
I'm
like
hoping Riot, changes that, but you're never gonna get it in a fighting game.
it's just like
Valorant
funny.
has some good cinematics.
No, Valorant. Oh, yeah. No, Riot with League and Valorant. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I love about Valorant. I just don't like the gunplay. Everything else is amazing.
Yeah, it's like everything about Valorant's good until I play the game. That's basically my feelings on Valorant.
It's like I hit left click and I'm like, oh, I don't like this.
Oh.
It's like every time I left click, I'm hitting the dislike button. That's what it's like playing Valorant for me.
Oh.
I feel like I'm hitting the dislike
skill
button.
issue.
It's a skill issue, dude. He just doesn't like not having to move his mouse and like aiming at a spot before that. That's why,
Yeah.
he just can't do that.
Yeah. I think if you just moved your crosshair a little bit to the left, maybe the inaccuracy of the bullet would actually one tap that person.
I'm just saying my brain can process Overwatch and yours can't. That's all I'm saying.
Damn. Honestly, though, I can see that though because Overwatch is like pretty chaotic. Like I said, it's a lot of, like I said earlier, it's a lot of sensory overload. There's a lot going on. There's a lot to keep track of too, and I'll say one of the reasons why Brandon doesn't like Overwatch. I'm gonna say this is one of the reasons. I'll speak for him, is because this motherfucker cannot track. You have to track in Overwatch. Like,
just play Widow. Play Widow and Hanzo.
Yeah, just you have to put.
I don't even know
what the fuck. Your mic just bleeped out all of that.
You weren't meant to talk apparently. I don't know.
My bad.
No, what were you saying though?
I was saying those are the only two characters that I do play.
he's like, oh, I'll play Overwatch, but I want to play McCree. I mean, Cole Cassidy. My bad. I want to play Hanzo, and I want to play Widowmaker. He's like, other than that,
here are the four characters
know Brandon.
Here's the four characters I'll play: Hanzo, McCree, Widow, Anna.
I was gonna say Anna next.
Brandon,
for you, I'd throw in Winston too. Okay.
I would I would honestly, I would say Winston and Reinhardt because Winston's like, you know what I mean? Like he would just run in.
No, dude, no. Actually, Brandon would be the perfect Reinhardt because he's just 360.
That's what I was gonna say. He would 360 and then he'd turn on his shield and 360 with it too. Like he would do that shit for sure. Like there's characters for him to play in Overwatch.
So another tip in Overwatch. I don't know if you guys know. Speaking of Reinhardt. Sideways swings are actually longer reaching than his forward-facing swing?
Yeah.
So you actually want to drag every time you swing?
Every time you swing, you should be dragging because it brings it, instead of 90 degrees, it drags it 180.
It'll reach further.
Because when he starts his swing here, when you swing it and you move your mouse, it moves it that whole time and it moves the hitbox.
You can essentially do a spin and basically almost hit a 360 radius around you.
But good luck with your eyeballs keeping track of where you went.
Right? Keeping track of where people are and everything.
No, you just do 360s the whole time, and you're just fucking.
Bro, Brandon would just be more confused.
Bro, my arm would have to go like this, two swipes.
Dude, bro plays Overwatch. He's like just fucking ripped all the way down. He's like, "Oh, I play Reinhardt, 400 DPI, and I just spin the whole time."
Oh, hey, Quagmire, we haven't seen you in a while.
Going over there.
Get the mail over there.
God.
Same shit, legit. But there's those little quirks in Overwatch that are interesting to learn because there's also animation cancel on Brig that you can do. I don't know if you know about this one, Quagmire. So you can shift, left click, right click, left click, and it can't animation. I don't remember the exact order, but I think it's
the flail, right?
Actually, I think it's left click. I think it's left click, shift, right click, left click, or something. Basically, you can animation cancel her two abilities together to where you can do over 200 damage in half a second. So if you land the combo, you just insta kill somebody, and she's a healer.
Well, no, I thought that was I thought originally it was because she had a stun on her shield bash, so you'd stun them into a left click shift instantly. And that's the combo because they can't react.
I think it's the right click, left click last now because of the way it works. I'll have to look. I don't remember. But it is something akin to that.
That'd be fucked if that's the case.
There's a lot of interesting combos in Overwatch. Even shit like Junkrats, dude, him throwing his shift bomb and it just he hits you with one bomb, the shift bomb, and you're like,
Yeah.
I don't even get to react.
No reaction time.
I don't get to play. Yeah. So there's like those things. Look at Brandon.
Brandon
Brandon's
looks
like
fried right now.
Brandon's like, this is why I can't play the game, bro. He's like, I gotta learn combos. I'm just here to shoot stuff. Like,
Yeah.
Brandon's like, I just flash around the corner. That's what I do.
Yeah. I just swing. I can't do that
he's
in
like
Overwatch.
the fucking curveball shit.
Yeah.
Bro, even when we play Genji ball, I have a hard time tracking the fucking ball, man. Like
Honestly, no, that ball's haunted. That ball's
hold on. The Genji ball one though, it'll like fucking hit the ground and like jump behind you, and you're like, how am I supposed to react to fucking a Mach 10 ball? Like,
it's funny because you just see everyone just spin around trying to look for it.
We were playing it actually the other day, and it's all in third person now. It actually makes it a little bit easier.
Honestly, I like third person games because I get to see my character, but I don't like them in shooters because of the standing in a wall. And it's like, oh yeah, I'm scouting the team on the other side.
I think in arcade modes, it's way more fun. Like we were talking about earlier with the Overwatch arcade shit, it makes the game way more fun because you can do like it's just like more about doing fun shit. I don't play arcade and I'm like, oh my god, why are we not winning this random arcade mode? I'm just like, I'm just here to have a good time.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like when you play third person, it's like you kind of sit back more, and then it's like first person.
It's like the fucking meme where you're like this. You're just like the moment first person gets activated, you're like, all right. Let me get in here.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely like that. But if you haven't played Overwatch 2, I think you all should try it. It's a good time. They changed a lot of it. Free multiplayer, a lot of new characters. They have 3 new characters on release.
All dope characters, honestly.
Yeah, super cool stories. Like I said, play Overwatch 2, watch the shorts. They're really fucking good. Brandon, that's your homework for next week.
That's number one. Watch all the shorts.
We're going to ask you about them next week. So watch, we're going to make sure Brandon does his homework. But thank you guys for watching this week's episode. I know it's a little different. We didn't cover a lot of like news topics. If you have anything you do want us to cover, of course, you can leave those down below. And we'll see you on next week's episode where Brandon will tell us all about the Overwatch 2 shorts.
Appreciate you guys.
Peace out, y'all.